Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to replace the keyboard on this HP. This is an HP Spectre X360 Convertible model 13t-ap000. Alright, so this is what the bottom looks like. Let me get a thumbnail here. Alright, anyways, let's open it up. This is the keyboard. Okay, so the keyboard's having problems. So here's the replacement. Hopefully the color is the same. I don't know, it's hard to tell with the angle of lighting. It looks like it might be slightly different, but hopefully it won't be that bad looking when it's in here. Okay, anyways, first thing we're gonna do is remove the bottom cover. Did the customer glue this on? Shoot, I hope not. Okay, there's these rubber feet we gotta peel off, and there's adhesive here that we need to peel up. Okay, it looks like they just made the adhesive all gross. I don't know. But there we go. We'll peel that up. And we're going to use a, looks like PH1 or JS1 screwdriver to remove all the screws from the bottom. Okay, you want to keep the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. The way I do that, if I can get them out, is I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. Alright, so to replace the keyboard, we are going to have to completely disassemble this thing. Alright, I don't know if they removed the screws before, but it looks like the screws towards the middle are shorter than the ones on the outside. Alright, and most likely we're going to have to remove some screws from the under this rubber foot as well. Okay, so we got those 4 screws out. Let's go ahead and peel this one up as well. Alright, this one came up much easier. And it looks like there's 2 screws here as well, so we'll remove that one. Okay, that down, and we'll remove this one. Alright, I think the 2 screws on these corners are the same as the 2 screws in the middle of the back. So if you mix them up, you'll probably be okay switching those around. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and pop the bottom cover off. So to do that, what I'm going to do, I'll open this up slightly. I'm going to go from the side here, push with my thumb on the palm rest, and pull with my fingernails down. Obviously, you can use pry tools, but that's what I find works best, and it looks like it pops out really easily. Okay, so that came off just like that. It's kind of dusty in here, so let me clean it up real quick, and I'll be back. I think, yeah, the battery was replaced at some point. As you can see, it's not the original HP battery. If you're replacing the battery, model number is SP04XL. Alright, anyways, let me go clean the dust out and I'll be back. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back. So, cleaned out some of the dust here. Alright, you can see it's less dusty now. Okay, let's go ahead and pop the stuff apart. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull the battery out. So, let's zoom in there. Alright, so battery connectors here. You just use your fingernails on the wings of the connector there, and you just wiggle it to pull it back. Alright, just keep wiggling, and you can see it pops out. It's going to help to actually take the battery out because the cable's so short and it bumps into the battery. So let's go ahead and do that. Looks like we do need to switch to a PH0 or JS0 screwdriver. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch, and we'll get those screws out. Alright, so it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 screws here. Okay, so we'll remove all 5 battery screws. Okay, next we're going to have to take this out, but the speakers look to be in the way, so let's go ahead and disconnect the speaker cable here. So the way you do that, you want to actually get as close as you can to the connector. I'm using my fingernail, and then you just pull it up just like that. Oops, sorry. And there you go. That pops out. Okay, so I don't know if we need to remove both. I think we do need to remove both because the keyboard is underneath this one. So let's actually lift the speaker out. I think we have to undo the screws here. So let's go ahead and do that as well. Okay, make sure you use the right size screwdriver. We are still using the PH0 or JS0 screwdriver. Okay, so we'll undo that screw, and we'll undo this screw over here as well. You do want to push down hard when you undo the screw. And there we go. Okay, this speaker hopefully should just lift out now. We got this cable up, so let's see, can we pull it up? Oh, is the battery on top of it? What? Seriously? Okay, I guess let's lift the battery out first. So we got all the battery screws out. We're gonna have to lift this up. Okay, so lift up from the back here, and then now we can go ahead and pull this back. And hopefully, okay, you do have to lift the front up as well because it rests in the screw mounts. The screw mounts actually hold it in place because they fit into this little gap. All right, so we'll set the battery aside. And yep, I think these are pieces of the speaker here. So let's do one at a time. Okay, let's see the speaker. Can't even see. All right, there's the whole one screw here. We will have to undo the fingerprint thing as well because the cable's in the way. So let's go ahead and undo that. There's a flip latch here. I just used my fingernail to lift that up, and then we should be able to pull this out. Okay, you gotta be careful because there's adhesive holding it down. So wiggle and pull that back. Wow, this thing's holding tight. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna peel this adhesive up. Try and keep the adhesive, or sorry, the tab flat if you can, and then peel that back. Okay, oh, it looks like there's actually a little clear plastic thing here that we need to peel up, so we'll peel that up as well. Okay, peel that up and out. And there we go. Now that's out of the way, we can undo this screw. Okay. And we can undo the other screw on this side as well. Sorry, I don't even know what you can see for the other speaker here. Alright, and hopefully now we can lift the speakers out. Let's zoom out a little. Here we go. We'll go under here, and we can lift this whole thing up. Honestly, I don't think this plastic does anything except hold the speaker there. So you could probably snap that off if you wanted to, and it'll still work fine. Looks like HP just did it, so you have to take the battery out to be able to get this out. Alright, we're going to go ahead and lift this up. Be careful because you don't want to damage the fingerprint thing. Lift that, be careful, this one's still connected. Get that cable under there. And again, we're going to go underneath. Let me see if I can zoom in enough. Sorry, I can't move it over anymore. But anyways, you go underneath as close as to the connector as you can again, and then just pull it up just like that. You can see how it's popping up just like that. Alright, so we'll set that speaker aside. Okay, now we need to get the motherboard or logic board out. There's lots of connectors here, so actually, sorry. Alright, we'll flip this latch up. This is the keyboard connector. We got the keyboard backlight connector here. We can probably reuse the original keyboard backlight, although the keyboard did come with its own new backlight. Alright, and then you got the touchpad trackpad. Flip that latch up. Alright, and let's see, hopefully they did use adhesive to hold all this down. That's annoying. Okay, so anyways, we're going to pull this up. And we're going to have to peel all the adhesive back. Okay, we got the keyboard one as well. This one, it helps to use this little blue tab to kind of lift it because these little things stick out and prevent it from going out. I'm going to have to use this little thing to get underneath to make it easier. Okay, so you can go under here and you can lift the whole connector up and pull it back. And there we go. Alright, you got the backlight connector as well. This one should be easier, but basically same thing. Lift it up slightly and pull it back. And there we go. Okay, we do have to remove the SSD as well here. So we'll undo that screw. Yeah, these are all look to be PH0 or JS0. After you undo that screw, you can lift this. Alright, actually, is there something hidden under here? This metal plate is holding on. Okay, so we have to pop out this metal plate first. We're going to get underneath the metal plate, between the board and the metal plate, and lift that up if we can. Come on. There we go. Lift that. Work our way around and lift that. And there we go. So we got this little shield thing off. Then the SSD can pop up slightly, and then you can go ahead and pull it back. There we go. Ugh, some dust is on it. Let's get that out. Okay, there we go. Now we've got that. Let's see here. What else do we got to remove? We got to disconnect this connector here. Okay, I think this is for the power button. We'll flip that latch. Okay, and then you can go ahead and pull this back. All right, this is kind of stuck on this as well, so we're probably gonna have to peel that up. We'll see when we go to lift the board. I don't know if it's gonna pull lift whatever's underneath, but if that's the case, we might not have had to take that out. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's under all this plastic. Oh, good thing I lifted that. There's the wireless card here. We do have to take the wireless antennas out, and to do that we actually have to also take this plastic sheet off, or at least peel it up slightly. Okay, we'll pull this up from the tail. You can see, there we go. And we'll do the same thing with the other one. So this was number 2, and then this is number 1. Sorry, this flap is going to keep getting in the way. Go over here, and then we'll go under, and we'll lift that up. I'll use this little tool because it's a little cramped there, but go from the tail and lift that up, and there you go. All right. What else? Is there anything hidden under this stuff that I need to remove? Oh, there's a connector hidden under here as well. So flip that latch, and then peel that up and try and pull that out. Oh my goodness, this is very annoying, all these little connectors they have in here. Okay, this little tool is going to help as well. We'll get underneath the adhesive and kind of just wiggle it to peel it up, just like this. Oh, that kind of creased it. I hope that didn't damage the connector. But anyways, we're going to continue working our way under. And there we go. Still kind of stuck. There we go. Now that's out. Let's go ahead and pull on it. There we go. Look at all these little connectors. Oh my goodness. Are there more hidden over here? Let's check this side. Okay. Oh, there's a lot. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention, which might be too late now, but after disconnecting the, okay, I think actually this is for the power button. So after disconnecting the battery, it's always a good idea to press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds, especially when you're disconnecting the screen cable. Since we're disconnecting the screen cable, we're going to press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds. All right, this makes it a lot safer because it drains the power from the capacitors and things like that. Okay, and yeah, usually the screen will have like a higher voltage that it can cause damage if you pull the cable at an angle. So we're going to flip this latch. Once you flip that, we got to peel this stuff up. Oh my god, so much tape here. Okay, peel that up. And then kind of lift. You got to pull this cable up slightly and then pull it back, but it seems like there's adhesive all underneath it. Of course, why not? Because that's what HP likes to do, apparently. There we go, we'll get that out, and you can see more screws here. We're going to go ahead and peel this and see, okay, there's nothing else there except screws. So let's go ahead and start removing all these screws. There's a lot of them. So hopefully they're all pH 0. I'm going to zoom out now, and you're going to see all the screws I remove here. Okay, this one down here. The wireless card is part of the motherboard, logic board. So if your wireless card is dead, then you're going to have to replace the entire thing, sadly. All right, there's another screw, big screw here. Okay. Pull those out. What else? Do we need to remove any other? There's a hidden screw down here where the fan is. Get that out. Okay, there's the, this is most likely for the webcam or the microphones. We're gonna have to peel that connector out. It looks like it's held down with some adhesive, so let's go ahead and peel that up. Jeez. Let me zoom in a little bit here. HP and all their adhesive, this is so annoying. Okay, so peel that up. Alright, once you peel that out, we should be able to pull this connector back. Alright, it helps, there's a little like notch in there, So it helps to kind of use that notch to pull slightly on the connector. Left, right, let's see. Wow, that connector's not coming. Did they adhesive this as well? Maybe we have to pull from back here. Okay, there we go. So there's that connector. Make sure you don't put it upside down. You can see the rainbow color wires that faces down against the board, and then the little gold pins face up. All right, so now we got that. We can actually lift the fan out, it seems. All right, so here's the fan. The fan connector's here. It's connected just like the speakers. Get as close as you can and pop that up. Just like that. And hopefully now we can remove this. Interesting. Okay, so the fan has this connector on it, and that's probably a thermal sensor or something. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. This thing's very shiny, and it has like a barrier around it, almost like it's a light sensor or something. I don't know. I don't know. All right, anyways, I'm gonna clean this a little bit because there's lots of dust in it that I couldn't get out when I didn't pop the fan out. Okay, it's better now. There you go. We'll set that fan aside. That means the other fan probably comes out separately as well. All right, let's see, what else do we got? Any other screws here we need to remove? Nope. All right, let's go to this side. There's a screw for the fan here. This one feels like it might be a PH1 or JS1 screw, but the 0 did the job. Just be careful. Okay, and there's another fan screw here. Alright, and hopefully we can pull this fan out as well. Oh, there's one more screw. Sorry, I know that plastic thing's getting in the way, but one more screw, we'll take that out. Okay, let's see now, does the fan come up? And it does. Alright, so same thing, under the connector, and then as close as you can to the connector, pry it up. Make sure you're not prying the part of the board though. They actually put a little, let me see if I can show you this. They actually put a little notch in the thing so that when you pry in the middle, you can see how the sides stick out, but the middle is just the board itself. So that's there so you don't accidentally pry the the connector off the board. All right, so now we got this part, the power button. So we're gonna flip this latch here to disconnect that. Okay, if your computer doesn't turn on, it's probably because you didn't disconnect that. Is that part of the board? Interesting. Or is it a separate? It might, oh, it's a separate board. Okay, we got another screw here, so we'll undo that one. All right, and then we got this speaker here that we need to remove. So this speaker is actually underneath the hinge. I think we only need to disconnect the cable. So we'll get as close as we can again and then pry that up just like that. All right, is there another on this side? Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and disconnect this speaker cable as well, because it looks like if you want to get the whole thing out, then you're gonna have to actually remove or undo the hinges. Okay, this one's tough. There we go. There's tape holding it down, so peel that up. And there we go. All right, let's see if we can pull the motherboard or logic board out now, whatever you want to call it. Okay, we'll zoom out a little bit more. And let's see, can we lift this? It's wiggling. Did we miss any screws here? Okay, this adhesive thing might be holding it down, so let's peel this up. Be very careful here. All right, and okay, no, just the USB-C I think is in the corner pulling on it, so let's go ahead and lift this side first if we can. Are there any hidden screws? Why is it not lifting? This side is really stuck. Is there something protruding? Oh, there's a clip here. So there's a clip here, which means we actually have to start from the middle, which will bow the board this way, and it will pull it away from the clip, okay? So we'll pull up from the middle here, I guess from this fan socket area, and push this that way, and hopefully, after we push it enough, it should release. There we go. And now it released. Feels like there's maybe some screw or something in the middle. Actually, it might just be these raised bits here. So we gotta somehow lift this up enough. Are there screws? No, seems like it's lifting. Okay, maybe there's some sticky goop under there. So we're gonna lift this carefully, and we gotta be careful because this portion is like holding itself down. So we're gonna carefully lift this and pull away. Let's see. I don't know how we're going to get that center part lifted up. Is that... Oh, wait, is that raised? No, that's not. Okay. That one's not. I thought it was... I thought these were like raised things that were sticking up through from the other side, but it doesn't look like it actually. So we'll lift this and we'll kind of swing it out sideways. As you can see, it pulled out a little bit sideways. And we'll have to carefully somehow get this over. Okay, continue swinging carefully, slowly, wiggling and trying to lift. I don't know what's holding it down right here. This corner seems to be stuck. Do we need to take the screen hinges out? Maybe. Okay, so I guess we might have to actually take the screen out. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna flip the screen that way. Let's actually flip it backwards so it's up this way. We're going to switch back over to the PH1 or JS1 screwdriver, and we're going to undo these two screws here. So we got this one and this one, and hopefully that will be enough to let us remove the thing. We might have not had to take the whole thing out, maybe even just making the hinge lift itself up. Like if I were to fold it now, you can see how it lifts. But we're just going to take it out just to be safe, okay? Two more screws on this side. Alright, so now we got all four screws out. We should be able to just lift the screen up and out of here. Slowly, carefully, because there are all the wires. Alright, oh, we do need to unroute the wires. It seems they're kind of getting caught, so... Wiggle that wire out there, and then same thing with the wireless antennas and the camera. There we go. And there we go. There's the screen. We got the screen assembly out. Okay, let's see if the motherboard or logic board comes out easily now. Nope, something is still got a hold of it. What the heck is happening here? Lift, wiggle, twist. Is there some hidden screw I'm not seeing? What is going on here? I don't see anything else rubbing on or touching this, so I don't know what's going on. There's no... Okay. I don't know. We'll just continue wiggling this, I guess. Wiggle. Is it the heatsink is stuck in there? I don't know. Pull it down more. Oh yeah, so the heatsink was kind of stuck there. Now we can wiggle and pull that out. Oh, careful. Almost got that cable messed up. Right, this is really dirty, so let's go ahead and clean that as well. I'm just going to brush it off in the trash next to me, okay? Oreo. Okay, so that's all cleaned up now. We'll set this aside and we'll continue going. Alright, we gotta get the keyboard out now. Hold on. Alright, let's see here. So we got all these screws holding down the keyboard. All right, you can see the replacement one also has all those. So we'll see. We might have to reuse it if we can't peel this one up easily. And yeah, let's go ahead now and just undo all these little screws. There's a lot of them. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to peel the backlight up first. And we might have to take some of these parts out just to make it a little easier. So let's go ahead and take the touchpad connector out. Peel this. Oh, did they put this, is this black tape part of it or something? You can peel this black piece of tape with it. Okay, that's the double-sided adhesive, it seems. Okay, now we'll go ahead and wiggle and pull this out. There we go. I'm wondering if I should just throw this adhesive. It has crumbs all over it. But we'll set that aside. Okay, and now we just got a whole bunch of screws to remove. Alright, so let's see. Shall we peel this up first? Let's go ahead and peel up the keyboard backlight if we can first, just because it's kind of gonna get in the way. So we got to get underneath it and then work our way around the edges to peel it up. And there we go. And peel that up just like that. Work our way around here, peel that. Work our way around here to peel that. Oh, we can see the backlight actually layer is staying attached down. Huh, interesting. Come on. We gotta get that little plasticky layer off. I don't know how to get underneath it. It's not coming up. I think that's also peeling up the keyboard itself. Yep. So we gotta somehow get under just the plastic layer. But it's not coming off easily. I don't know how I'm gonna do this because just the clear layer is coming up. I mean, not the clear layer, the white layer which reflects the light. How am I gonna separate it? Uh-oh, somebody's calling me. Give me a second, I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Let's go ahead and continue removing screws and trying to peel this thing off. Again, I don't know. This thing doesn't want to separate, so how am I going to do this? Gotta peel. We do gotta separate the keyboard from it though. So let's peel this off. Okay. So this will have to separate here. Alright, is there any spot where they unevenly placed it so I can somehow peel it up? They put this tape here for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. They put tape on both sides here. Oh, is that for the fans, maybe? Yeah, maybe it's for the fans. Okay, I'll put that back, I guess. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna peel that stuff up, so I guess let's just go ahead and start removing screws and we'll figure it out from there, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, is this... Okay, I think we're gonna have to... We might have to switch to a PH00 screwdriver. Huh, there's a metal plate on top of here. Uh-oh. Okay, so I am gonna have to remove this. That screw was really difficult to remove. Okay, and we'll lift that and we'll pop this out. Alright, wow. Okay, so that was also a little bit difficult. They put this rubber thing on top of it to kind of guide the light, so make sure you put that back later. Alright, this metal thing, I don't know how, wait, what? How's that being held down? I see one screw here. Yeah, I'm going to switch to a PH00. Or is this 000? I don't know what's 000. Okay, let's use the PH000. There's super tiny screws. I wonder if there's probably screws hidden underneath this adhesive, huh? I don't know. I gotta peel this up. Alright, this is turning out to be a lot more difficult than expected. I think we gotta peel this adhesive. You see the screw? It's stuck under there. I see another screw. Okay, there's another screw here that's open. Is that enough to pull this? Oh, actually that's enough. Okay, to remove this. So this metal plate, are they hiding another screw somewhere here? I mean, it's wiggling. Is it just adhesive holding it? Okay, so lift it that way. There we go. So this metal plate does need to come off. Alright, we got this little screw. It's going to be a lot of screws, okay? Again, keep them all in order because they are or can be different size, shape, and lengths. So I'm just going to put them all in like these rows here. And if I go out of view, I'm sorry. I'm trying to concentrate on what screws, on the screws I'm removing, so there's a lot of them. Okay. Hopefully there's no screws hidden underneath the backlight. Alright, let's see, we got all of that top row. Okay, then we got these. One more. Alright. Oh, you gotta be careful. This little switch is coming out, so make sure you put that back as well. That's gonna be a little tricky. Alright, but we'll figure it out. Oh, there's another little metal plate here. Metal plate out. Oh, it was getting stuck with some liquid or something. Alright, we'll set that aside. Let's get these out. Oops, sorry. Oh yeah, see there are hidden ones under here. So when I lift this up, you can actually see a screw hidden under here. Shoot, I wonder how many more are gonna be hidden. running out of room on my desk. There's probably one hidden under here as well. We'll find out when we go to try and peel the keyboard out. All right, I'll go back over here. I'm running out of room, so you guys might not be able to see anymore. Maybe let me zoom out a tiny bit here. I don't know if that was enough zooming. I'm gonna hit all these screws. Okay. Let's see, can we lift it up? Nope. There's probably a whole bunch of screws hidden underneath this. So, I need to figure out how to peel it up. I mean, I can peel up this, but how do I peel up the other layer? That's the problem. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep working at this until I can peel it up. Here's the clear plastic layer. You still need to get this layer off. Okay, I'm just gonna use my fingernail and scrape it up. And okay, I think we got a piece that we can lift under. Get my tool under there. Work around the corner. There we go. Okay, now we can hopefully peel this whole layer up. Oh. And it's going to get caught on the screw holes, isn't it? There we go. Same thing with this one. Right at the screw holes I need to lift underneath. Okay. And it'll peel some more. Same thing under the screw hole. Go under there and then peel it up. Oh my god, this is going to be a huge pain. Come on, under that screw hole, same thing. Under this one, same thing. Okay, and the last one. Hopefully that's the last one. Peel this. Okay. There we go. And now we just gotta peel it all up. I think. I hope. Yeah, we're gonna use the new one because after all this peeling up, I don't know if I trust it anymore. See, you see all these screws that we missed? Oh my goodness, that's... Why even make holes in the film in the first place? Just, I don't get it. Okay. Just continue peeling this up. Now I'm just confused about where. Okay, and there we go. Okay, there's the backlight all torn out. Set that aside. Now let's figure out all these extra screws. Okay. I'm confused now. Okay, I'm just gonna put them wherever because I think they're all about the same. That's gonna be very annoying. Yeah, there's a lot of extra screws here. I'm just gonna put them all in a pile now because I'm confused. this whole row, probably. Okay, what else? Another one here. You get the idea. We're just removing a million screws that were hidden. Okay, and it's hard to see at the angle with the camera there that I have to sit back here. So hopefully you guys will be able to get the idea. Any more screws? Alright, there's another one here. I don't even know what you guys can see. So, I mean, obviously I'm just removing screws, so you can fast forward over this part and just remove all your screws. Make sure you don't miss any. Miss one. I missed a couple. There's here, here. Okay. I think that's all of them. So now we lift from here because we left the speakers in, and we can take it out. And there we go. We got the old speaker out. Ew, it's very gross. We'll set that aside. And I'm going to clean this up, and I'll be back. See you guys in a bit. Alright, let's get the new keyboard in. It's the pain. I hope this will go perfectly. We gotta get this in like that. Get that on the other side. Drop it down. Okay. Make sure everything lines up. It didn't, so make sure it does. Uh-oh. Is it fitting? Okay. That had me worried. This little thing up here. Is this gonna be in the way? Maybe. Does the other one have a notch there or something? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I think it should be okay. We just gotta get everything lined up here. Okay, now make sure it looks okay on the other side. I think so. And now to get in a million screws. Let's go ahead and screw in a billion screws here, okay? Again, you can just fast forward over this part. We're just gonna be putting in a lot of screws, okay? That had me worried it wasn't lining up. Why isn't this lining up? Uh-oh, it's not lining up right. That has me worried. Is this keyboard not gonna fit? I don't know if you see these things. So this would make it need to line up more up here. But then if I do that, then these don't line up right, because these go further down. Oh shoot. I'm gonna have to see what the customer wants to do. It's not fitting right. Like these screw holes, they don't line up right. So I'm only going to be able to put a few, and then it's going to be very wobbly. Oh no. Okay, give me a second. I'll be back. Alright, sadly looks like I'm gonna have to put back the old keyboard because the customer needs their computer. And even doing that, I'm not gonna have enough time because they want it back same day right away. So let's go ahead and get this back in. You can see this keyboard dropped in way easier. Okay, I didn't have to worry about it not going in. So let's go ahead and put back the billion screws. It's gonna be a pain, but it's what it is what it is. Again, you can fast forward over this if you want, but I'm gonna do this in real time. Pretty much to document how much time this actually takes. Very annoying job. Okay. Alright. Hopefully now, after taking it apart, I can do this a little bit faster. I have to figure out those little metal plates as well because they go on top. I'm somewhat considering not putting back the backlight, but I probably need to. So I'm gonna have to figure out where the screws go that go on top of the backlight. Hopefully everything is going in right, and hopefully the cable wasn't damaged. They said they have to use the on-screen keyboard a lot because of the keyboard not working right. So I don't know, but anyways, let's go ahead and get all these screws in. Can't even tell if some of them weren't like screw holes, so I need to make sure I'm not accidentally putting screws where they don't belong, and then, I mean, if anything, it's just gonna go into the case and lift the keyboard up. Alright, hopefully you guys get the idea. We're just putting back a million screws here. You know what this means? I'm gonna have to do this job a second time for the same amount of money, which really sucks. Because even for the first time, I didn't feel it was worth the money for how much work has to be done. Alright. Hopefully this helps people see that this job is not worth the money. I don't even know how long it's taking now. Definitely over 2 hours. Okay, I need to remember this metal plate goes here. So I have to make sure I don't put screws there. And then this metal plate had this thing, so I can't put screws on here or here. Oops, I put one where I shouldn't. Where else? Right. Okay, hopefully that's correct. accidentally put a screw there again. That one like that, and then this one, and this one. Okay. I don't know how people manufacture these. If they have someone in like China just sitting there putting in 1 million of these screws. Oh my god. Talk about not getting paid enough. Like, would you work for, I don't think they even get paid 1 cent for every screw that they put in here. Would you work for that? Well, technically right now I'm working for free, right? Because I'm not getting anything out of this. Many screws, oh my goodness. Well, at least the second time I do this, I won't have to be recording, so I don't have to worry as much. And I can listen to music or watch videos or something in the background while I'm doing it. Uh-oh, this screw doesn't go in. Is it just gonna fall out? Did I put one in the wrong spot? No, I got all the screws in. Oh, maybe. Oh wait, no, that's right. 2. Okay, I don't know, I got all the screws in, but apparently that screw's bad. Right, flung out into, I don't know if it's the screw that's bad, it's probably the screw mount that's bad here. Actually, this one fit? Okay, that one fits. Let's see if this screw will go in another one. Oh, that's better. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so now we got all of that, those screws put back in. Gotta get these aside. Now we gotta get the this plastic film back on, which it's all wrinkly now because it didn't stick back to itself properly. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this. We gotta separate it somehow. and then reassemble. So I don't know, how do I even take this thing apart? Get in there and separate these layers. Okay, we'll separate the top and bottom layer maybe. You can see all the LEDs are in there. So we're going to separate this. Hopefully nothing tears. The bottom one's torn a little bit, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so there's actually, it looks like 3 layers to this thing. There's this clear layer, which is also messed up. Okay, I think the main one that got messed up is this. So hopefully we can realign that. I don't know, everything's not aligned right. Okay, so this sticks on underneath first. So we'll get that all lined up somehow. Line up the little holes. Yeah, it's not lined up right. I don't know. Was this, were these on top or underneath? This was it on top of the thing? Yeah, it was on top, right? Because the thing was stuck to the film. So this has to go first, and how do I line this up? So let's separate all the layers, I guess, completely. So this will go in first, like this. Oh my god, this is... putting it back together with the old stuff is even worse. Okay, line up all the little screw holes here. The problem is I think it got stretched a little when it got peeled off. Alright, I think that's good. Now we'll get this layer and put that on top. We have to get it underneath all this stuff again. Uh-oh. Don't stick yet. Not lined up right. Let go. Okay, I'm going to line up these little circle holes. So I lined up these circles. I tried to. Go, and then stick that down. Alright, that's all lined up, and now the last piece. This one's super flimsy floppy, so it's going to be extra difficult to line up without it sticking to everything. Come on, stop. I should have taken this out. It's a little bit in the way. Let me put a weight on it so it's just staying out of the way. Screwdriver. Come on, there we go. Okay. Let go. No. Okay. Uh-oh. It's sticking to itself. I'm not gonna do this. So let me line this up first, I guess. Did I accidentally tear it? Uh-oh. A piece of it tore off. Oh, it's attached to the keyboard still, so I guess line that up. Oh, okay, we'll line up these big circles here. There we go. These. Stick that down. There we go. And hopefully now we can get everything else just pushed into place properly. Okay. There we go. Now, these two pieces of tape. I don't know which one was on which side, but we'll stick that there. And this piece of tape here. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get these back in. So this little piece will have to go back in here. Sorry, I know it's not zoomed in well for you guys, but too much stuff all over my desk to do it now. That goes in there, and you can see you can slide it around like that. This piece will go on top like this. And lined up like that. Okay. We'll get this screw here. And the last one over here. There we go. Alright, now this will kind of stay there. Perfect. Now, the other side. This one. It has 3 screws here. Last one. Tighten those down. All right, let's get the, what else? Let's get this piece back in. Not exactly sure how this was fitting there, but it goes in there somehow. Uh-oh. How did this even fit there? I don't know. Alright, so this goes in like that. And then this piece somehow goes in there. I don't know. Okay, let me figure out how to fit this little rubber piece. Oh. How did this go on there? Okay, it actually wraps around it like this, you can see. So that goes on like that, and then you have that little piece just sticking there. Now let's try and get this back in. There we go, with the rubber piece, perfect. All right, what else? Touchpad, trackpad cable. This needs to stick back down. All right, we got this cable here. Flip that latch up, get that in. Latch that down, stick that back on top. Okay, oh my goodness. Now the motherboard, logic board, right? It's gonna be tricky, but let's see. This guy has to go in at an angle, and then all these cables need to end up back on top. Make sure these cables are on top. Okay. Then we'll work this into that corner there. That's the hardest part, probably, to make it go in the right area here. This go in that corner, and This needs to go down enough. All right, we have to also make sure that the little switch lines up. You see this little switch? You need to make sure. If it was in this mode before, you need to have it in that same mode again. And then we'll line that up. Make sure that this switch goes into the little notch. Okay. I think I got it because this slid over. Now we gotta kind of wiggle this. Shoot, it's not far enough over to the left. There we go. I think that's in right now. Then tilt that down. There we go. Make sure that's all in place. The switch moves, but it's not lined up yet. Something's trapped underneath. I'm not sure what. Did I do something wrong here? Is something not lined up? I don't know. Oh, this little raised thing, it needs to line up with that hole, so I need to actually slide it over a lot more. But how? It doesn't want to move. Do I have to lift this up more? I don't know. That pin's not wanting to go into the right spot. Oops, this is not lined up. This is tough. How do you get this all lined up? The USB-C port looks lined up. This board is not lining up with that little pin that's sticking up. There we go. Okay, so I had to push this down and pull this up to kind of like bend it a little, and then that got this to drop into place, and oops, and there we go. Now that's lined up. Okay, I had to get this lined up as well. It was moving around, so make sure that works. Okay, what else we got? This side needs to line up as well. And remember, there's a clip here, so you have to pull this up and push this down to get it to go into that clip, also pushing it that direction. Gotta flex the board. There we go, into that area. And now it's locked in. All right. Okay, next thing we gotta do is put the screen back in with all the little cables. So, the screen. All right, we were like folding it up this way, so gotta now get it back in. Don't forget, we have to switch the screwdriver back as well. Okay, get that lined up. All these cables need to be up and out of the way. Get those into the little notch down there. Okay, I'm going to switch back over. We shouldn't need the PH000 anymore. We'll switch to the PH1, JAS1. And we'll get the hinge screws back in. This one here, sorry if you can't see. Then we'll get the other one down here. Again, make sure this follows the little grooves, or whatever you call those things. And now we can get this screw back in. There we go. And then we'll get this one, and we'll get this screw back in. Alright, and the last screw for the hinge here. Alright, now we'll switch back to the PH0 or JS0 screwdriver. Let's go ahead and close the laptop. Okay, so now we have all these cables that we're going to have to reconnect. Make sure the fans go in first. There we go. And the other fan. Right now we're just dropping it into place. We didn't actually redo any of the screws or anything yet. Or the cables. Alright, those fit in nicely. Now let's go ahead and reassemble. Am I missing something? Oh wait, no, okay. We can't forget that the battery, let's see, there's so many little pieces. I have to remember if I did them all. Okay, we got the SSD here. We're gonna put that in, goes at an angle. Okay, push that in. Once that's in all the way, the screw hole should line up. And we should be able to get that in. Make sure that you can't wiggle it side to side, or I guess up and down. I don't know what you for front to back. Because if you can, that means it's not properly seated in the raised screw mount. All right, we're gonna put this little cover back on. You need to make sure to align the little back pieces. It notches onto here. Okay, I need to tilt it so I can see. So make sure that notches. Sorry, it's hard to do this while trying to show you guys. And then make sure this lines up with those notches as well. So I'm gonna line up those back there. And then we're gonna have to slide it up to line up with the other ones here. And again, I can't really see while I'm trying to show you guys this, so I might have to do it out of your view so I can see. Oops, the screw has to go afterwards. Let's take the screw out. Okay, the screw goes after all of this is in. Line that up. Okay. All of that is in, holds itself because of those little notches. Now we'll get the screw in. Okay, I feel like I'm missing stuff here. Let's see, we can put the speakers back down into place here. Okay, stick that back down, I guess. Did that go on top? No, wait, did it? I think it did. Okay, yeah. That goes back on top. Oops, sorry, you didn't even see what I did. Okay, so I put back the speaker, and this, I had to tuck this back underneath, so when I put the speaker in, okay, it goes under like that, and this tapes back down on top. You can go ahead and line these up and then just push them down. They just line up with the slot and click down into place very easily. The other speaker over here, same thing. This drops into place. Okay. And then this, you just line it up and click it down. That's it. All right. We have these screws here that were underneath. This one. And this one over here. Make sure you don't put the screw through the cable here, so lift that cable up. Okay. Then we had the little screws holding the speakers down at the bottom here, one over here. Okay, and the other one over here. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let's get all the screws back in for the motherboard. So we had one screw here. Another screw here. And then we have the wide screw down here. Okay, and then we have the fan. We're gonna have to line that connector up and then just push that down. Perfect. All right, we have the camera cable, but let's go ahead and put the screw that holds the fan back here in first. There we go. All right, this one's gonna be a little tricky. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. We'll try. All right. Got the camera cable here. Line that up. There we go, and then push that in. I like to use the plastic notch. I use my fingernail to pull it. Okay, and then you can tape that back down. And then we have this speaker cable here that we need to line up and connect down there. Okay, we have the audio cable or headphone jack, headset jack, whatever. Get that lined up and get that in there. Okay, and then slide your finger over to latch that down. We got the 2 wireless antennas, which are kind of going to be a pain because of this. Let's actually peel it off. It'll make it much easier. Okay, or at least peel it away. There we go. Get this cable down in that notch. Wireless antenna, right? Number 2 is out here at the dark filled triangle one. I don't know if you can see the triangles on it, but all right, line it up. The way you know it's lined up is it will latch on while you're trying to put some pressure. You can see how I can't really move it, and then just push it down. Okay, second last antenna here. It's gonna be, come on. Okay, and come on, hook on there. This one's harder to do because it's, for some reason, there's a lot of slack. You need a clip to just hold this down. This dumb flap is in the way. I don't even know what the flap is for. They put all this random stuff here just to be in your way when you work on it. Come on, line up. There we go. Click that down. All right, perfect. And then we can go ahead and flip this back on top. Just stick it back down. There we go. Just like that. And we can put that back as well. Doesn't really do anything, but we'll put that back. Okay. We'll work our way over now. What do? We put that screw, so now we have this screw here. Am I missing something? Okay, let's see here. We have this piece that we gotta get back in. Come on, get in there. There we go. Get that in, and then, oops, sorry. Get that one in. Then slide your finger over to latch that down. Alright, this goes back over. What am I missing? I'm missing something here. Let's work on over from this side first then. Okay. We got this big screw for here. Alright, we have the speaker cable here. Line that up. And click that down. Perfect. Got the power button connector here. Make sure that latches up. Get that in. Come on. Get that in. Come on. There we go. Make sure it goes under. You see these 2 raised beige or whatever color things. Then slide that to flip that latch. Make sure that latches up and get this one in. Okay, and then latch that down. Tape that all down. Oops, I messed up because the cable's now on top. We need to get the screw in first. So get that out. Gotta get this screw back in. Okay, this screw back in. Alright, now we can put that cable back down. Get this cable in. good. Latch that down, stick that down, push that into place. All right. Did I mix something up here? I must have mixed something up. We got like a small cable, but also, okay, we got this screw here. Is that the wrong one? Am I supposed to use the wide one? No? Let's see, wait. Oh yeah, it's supposed to fit in that notch, so that's right. That one in there. Okay, what did we get on this side? This side. So I need one of these smaller screws to notch into here. Right? Or does that make this lift up? Maybe that's wrong. Do I need a bigger screw for that? What's happening here? I got something mixed up somehow. We'll put this bigger screw here to hold the fan in place. And then we'll use the smaller one over here. Is that what's going on? Give me a second. I need to rewatch my video and see what the size of those screws were. Alright, I found out what I messed up, and it's the audio board cable screw. So, sadly, I need to take everything back out. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, let's take everything back out. The other cable screw was from the fan there. So, I'm going to take it all back out. This is going to be a terrible nightmare, but it is what it is. I don't know how I accidentally missed that one, but there we go. Pretty sure that's what it is. Now we gotta peel everything back up and redo everything. Oh my god, this is a nightmare. This job was not supposed to take anywhere near this long. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna have to take the screen back out. Let's see. We'll try and do it without taking out the screen. Okay. And oops, forgot that connector. Okay, what else? Speaker. As well. SSD. Come on, pop that out. There we go. Alright. What else? Power cable. Okay. Screen cable. I'm not even going to be explaining what I'm doing now because I already did this. And one more big cable screw. Sorry. Let's get it back out. Alright, I think we got all the screws again. Let's pick up. Come out. this is the screw I forgot. Honestly, I don't think it would have made any difference if I didn't put it back, but oops, sorry. I make sure I do things right. Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing back in, if hopefully we can. Such a pain, such a pain. Goes in. Alright. Come on. Okay. Alright, let's reattach and re-screw everything back down. Okay. Get this back in. Sorry, I'm just gonna do it to where I can see now. Okay, let's get these screws back in. That goes in. Getting all these cables back in. Small screw here. Alright, last motherboard screw. Now we finished getting everything, excuse me, reconnected. Jeez, okay, there we go. Looks good. Fan connector here. Camera connector. Go. That in. Wireless antennas. Okay. I think we got everything reconnected. Now we got to get the battery back in. And I think we're good to go. Alright, battery. Oh, make sure this goes back underneath the speaker cable. That straight in. Nice. Alright. Battery screws. Now all we gotta do is put the bottom cover back on, make sure it powers up, and we're good to go. Alright, what did I do with the bottom cover now? Give me a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, line it up. Get everything lined up and clicked back into place. Looks good. Oh! I forgot one thing again. Don't forget the little thing for the wireless card here to hold the little antennas in place. Stick that back down. Okay, now we'll get this back on. Click it all back into place. That. Alright, there we go. And now we'll just get the bottom screws back in. I'm going to switch back over to the PH1, JS1, and should be it. Alright. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their device as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. As you saw, this one was a huge pain in the butt. So hopefully you can do that. If you can't, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Other than that, that's pretty much all there is to it. Again, hopefully this video helped. Thanks for watching. And yeah, you're welcome to stay as I get the last few screws and the rubber thing on. We'll power it up. The battery acts as a CMOS BIOS RTC real-time clock battery, if you were wondering where that battery was. And yeah, all right, let's go ahead and get these rubber feet on, powered up, and see what we got. Okay, hopefully everything is still working okay. All right, so if you notice, I push one side in first and then push the other. That's because, as you can see, it bows up like that, and that's how I make sure that all the tension or whatever is all spread out evenly. Okay, so we're gonna put back the other one now. And I don't know, the customer did something with this before, so you can see it's short. It's not even long enough to reach the entire length of this, so I don't know. Anyways, again, that's it. Let's see if it powers up good. So much dust here. Ew. Okay. I like blew the whole keyboard out too to try and dust it. Okay, I do see the power light is on. So again, because the CMOS BIOS RTC real-time clock battery whatever was reset, it's gonna be resetting the BIOS right now. It's gonna take a while, so be patient. Might take a while to power up. So I'll give it some time. Okay, just wait for it. I can actually see, there you go. And here you go, it says the CMOS was reset. So we're gonna press enter to reboot and we should be okay. All right, that's pretty much it. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to set your date and time back to the correct date and time, because after the BIOS resets, it basically wipes that out. Anyways, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. You can see it's actually booting now. All right, that's it. Let's drop this. Bye. Okay, so one thing I noticed, the keys actually work. So I typed out Quick Brown Fox, that thing. All right, they were saying the bottom row wasn't working, but you can see all the bottom keys are working. See? So I think actually I fixed the keyboard just by taking it out, cleaning it up a lot. And yeah, that's a good thing, because that was a huge pain in the butt. I do not want to do that again. Anyways, that's it. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.